3:31 p.m. JetBlue Flight 292
Channel
took off
5
with 141 passengers on board. Conditions for the 2,500-mile journey to New York were good.
The flight started really super normal. You know, they give you the, hey, this thing will float, don't, put your tray table up. And it was a very straightforward start to things. I guess it was maybe 15 or 20 minutes into the flight, it became something was up. The pilot came on and said, hey, we're having a little technical difficulty.
What's up? No, it's only in 2 minutes.
When he made that announcement, I remembered I had a video camera. So I reached up and I got out the video camera and I started filming from inside the cabin.
Dave recorded events around him. Several rows ahead, close to the front, was fine art consultant Lisa Schiff.
The pilot came on and said, hello everyone. I don't know if you've noticed, but we haven't reached altitude.
20 minutes after takeoff, they were still cruising above California at 14,000 feet.
He said, we're getting an unusual signal about our landing gear. That was a big red flag for me.
People were already stressed.
Some
people were...
Guys, I feel like if you're aboard a plane, anything that isn't good that the captain says on the speaker is a red flag. Literally anything. Anything at all hasn't good or informative.
The cabin.
At 4:20 p.m., they flew past the control tower at Long Beach Airport, hoping to get visual confirmation of the problem. The tower confirmed that the front wheels of the plane were twisted 90 degrees.
Like, you need the landing gear to not crash the plane. Like, that's an important part of the plane. So the fact that that was messed up was scary. I'm in danger.
Things were about to get even more surreal for the passengers. The pilot and air traffic control had been informed that TV news crews had picked up on the story.
Computers live, TV feed from Channel 4 in Long Beach.
Yes, I know I'm on candid camera. They made their presence known.
Flight 292's plight was being broadcast live across the nation.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
And incredibly, Dave and the other passengers could watch on board.
It's absolutely surreal to be watching the story of the plane that you're in.
Like, it was on national television. It was, and then I clicked, and it's on every station. It's like, this is what they're covering.
I mean, I'm overreacting, dude. It's just because lately I've been talking about how the mainstream media does shit that everybody else does, right? And like on YouTube or whatever, everybody says, "Oh no, that's way too far," and they do really, really scummy ass shit. Like, this is kind of scummy.
Suddenly, the pilot made an announcement.
I've been told by both the company as well as our in-flight crew that apparently we've made the news. Sorry about that. I apologize.
How is this scummy? Because they know something grave is happening, and there's a good chance that things are gonna blow up and explode, and people are gonna fucking die, and it's broadcasted live. Like, what?
Like every military pilot giving their assessment of what our chances of survival was, I freaked out. Your heart is racing, and the adrenaline is going through as if someone is chasing you and trying to kill you.
The Airbus A320 was loaded with 31,600 pounds of jet fuel, which could ignite if the landing went wrong.
My food here?
At this point, what I'm doing is burning off additional fuel. We took off with a full load of fuel to go out to New York. We're currently drilling holes in the sky around the south part of Los Angeles, primarily to burn the fuel load down to a more suitable level.
We then flew out over the ocean for like 45 minutes. And that silence was really freaky.
xQcOW.
You start to think about what is going on.
Chat, is that to make sure that one, the plane is less heavy, and two, because I didn't listen, that if they crash or whatever, it's not gonna explode and catch on fire or whatever, so some people can be saved and whatnot. Yeah.
Picture of the people holding hands. I mean, it's a moving moment. I mean, to see people that intensely connected in a high-pressure situation.
Flight 292 had been circling for nearly 3 hours. They hadn't found a way to fix the jammed wheels, but had burnt off enough fuel to try and land at Los Angeles International Airport. Air traffic control contacted the pilot.
What do you think your ETA is now?
We're down to bingo fuel now. At this time, Scott, I see 10,000 showing up here. I think it's time for execution. Do you concur?
Concur.
The plane was about to come in for a white-knuckle emergency landing, but the passengers were the last to know.
They turned the televisions off, and that was spooky. What happened? What changed? What are you not telling us? Hey Barb, it's me. I'm watching the plane on the TV. We're having landing gear problems. We're going to crash land, or emergency land, crash is a bad word, in LAX. And they're telling us everything's going to be fine, and it is, but just thought I'd leave you a message just in case. It says I love you, and everything is going to be groovy. Give Bosley a big hug for me, and we'll have a good laugh when I show you this video. You say what a goober I am. But if anything happens, you know, take care of everything. Everything's yours. I wanted her to know it was okay. That yes, we had a fight, but, you know, it's just a fight. We've been together for a long time. These things happen.
The pilot contacted air traffic control
Jesus.
for the final time.
So let's make sure that we've got all of the preparations ready for the arrival into LAX.
I'm sure you'll be a hero here.
Well, that's not the point. I just want to make sure that everyone gets off this airplane. Okay.
Wait, what?
Arrival into LAX.
I'm sure you'll be a hero here.
Well, that's not the point. I just want to make sure that everyone gets off this airplane. Okay.
The pilot chose to land at LAX, where the long runway gave him the best chance of success.
Two kinds of dangers there. One, you can have a failure of the main landing gear. That is, it could collapse backwards, the nose of the aircraft could hit the runway. A second is that the heat generated from that scraping on the ground could throw off hot pieces of metal that, if it punctures a fuel tank, could lead to a fire or an explosion.
Brace, 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 brace.
I really wanted my mom. You know, I wanted to say goodbye to my parents.
As we come in, when we first felt like we hit pretty hard.
The pilot needed to keep the twisted nose gear off the ground for as long as possible.
Oh, he's has to wheelie that shit. That's kind of crazy.
You started to smell burning rubber. Intense, thick smell of burning rubber.
Holy.
I felt heat coming up. I was scared. There might be an explosion.
We're slowing down. And then all of a sudden it got quiet for an instant.
My top 5 is Drake DRA.
Pilot opened the door and he put his hand up like this. I remember hugging him on the way out. He was so good. I mean, he was a great landing.
Holy, you actually wheelied it in. That's kind of crazy.
Hey, that's me. Oh my God, that's me. I've never seen this before. Wow, we are so lucky.
As we're walking down the plane, and I look back, and I look at the landing gear itself.
Wait, that shit held. That's kind of crazy, though.
like a absolutely symmetrical half circle. Pretty amazing.
The passengers touched down to a meteor storm. But it wasn't only cameras there for Alexandra.
My husband was there waiting for me. It was just great to see how much he loved me.
That's cool story. I enjoyed that. Okay, food's upstairs. Let's do some fucking dog. Let's watch some whatever.